All right. So, you guys begin your journey. I'll take survival rolls from the two people on point. You both have Outlander. You may take advantage.
Breaking out the new die.
Your fish is not on point here.
Yeah, it's Rick's hour.
Alright, so
Sprout.
ooh, yeah. That'll be a 19.
21.
1921. Combined check of 40. That's really good. You guys make decent time. As you guys are crossing, you spend about 3 days just over mountains. I mean, you expected it was going to be a while before you hit anything.
What kind of wildlife are we seeing?
A surprising lack of wildlife. Birds, sure. But not really a whole lot of anything.
Anything we'd recognize? The birds?
The birds and stuff, some you recognize, some you don't. I'll take perceptions all.
23. 13.
13.
18.
Okay. 15's plus. You would be able to note that where you see animal trails, and you do occasionally come across an animal trail, it's odd. It's not like a normal animal trail. Like, it's still small game, yes. Like, it's still a rabbit trail, but where you would expect rabbits aren't social creatures. Where there's one rabbit, it's maybe a rabbit, maybe a litter, but it's a rabbit. Well, it looks like there maybe were like 10 rabbits herded all at once. And because it's a trail, that would appear to be something that is normal and happens here.
So animals move in herds.
Herds of rabbits.
Gonna be eating good tonight.
But
boys.
so
Unless they're now, if they're from Monty Python, they're gonna have a problem.
Oh, jeez. Alright, let's continue on.
all right, you guys continue on. What does camp look like for you guys as we're advancing past here?
Well, I assume
Typically, there's 3 watches.
me and Jax.
I could take one of the watches because since I'm an elf, I'll trance, so I could be up for 2 of them.
Yep.
I'll help on the first one.
All right.
Gojira. I'll take
So,
watch.
first watch is myself.
I'll take second and third.
So I need 2 people on first watch. Who are those?
Or
Me and Gojira.
With your
do
trance,
first.
you're not going to be splitting. You're going to have 2 watches consecutively. All right.
Oh.
So,
Me and Gojira will take first.
all right. Then the Eladrin is guaranteed on second, but who else wants to be on second?
I'll be on second.
All right. Then everyone else is on third. So we'll have 3 people on third, 2 people on second, 2 people on first. Watch schedule. All right. So you guys camp the night. It's fun. We continue on.
That's a good roll.
Yeah. I just need to
Man,
know
that's a lot
I need to
easier
know
than
what
what I
camps
thought it
look
was
like,
gonna be.
so that when the best happens, I know where everyone is. So you guys continue on. 2 more days worth of travel. At this point, perception's all.
that is a modified 20.
We're just looking for the highest, so modified 20 is the number to beat. Anyone beat it?
Nope.
All right.
Nice and close.
You're the first person to see it then. In the distance, you see the ship kind of just sitting ajar on some rocks no more than 20 feet offshore.
Alright,
The hull looks battered, the sails are torn. You don't see any movement.
I'm gonna stop and try to hold everyone and point it out to them.
You are all able to see it. It's about a day and a half's travel across the mountains to get
Hey,
there.
look, guys! I found the ship.
Congrats.
That was easy.
Okay, I guess we'll head toward it like another day.
All right. Gets to evening. After about a half day's of journey, you guys set up a camp.
Is there any lights coming from the direction of the ship?
Where are you guys setting up camp? This matters as to whether or not you're able to see it all night.
I don't
What's our
know.
choices?
You're on a mountainside, following a trail that's probably about 15, 20 feet wide. You could probably find an alcove or something that would allow for like 50 feet circle as like the ridge would abate and give you a flat area.
That'd be a lot safer.
It does leave you alongside one of the streams, so you would have a hard time hearing anything approaching. Because the reason it's flat, well, guess where the water runs?
Yeah.
Still, I think we do that and just have trust whatever our watchers are doing to cover the one walkway.
Yep.
I say find an alcove.
You guys set up in the alcove. You could see the ship from there, or the watchers can if they walk out to the trail and kind of peer through some of the trees and bushes.
Well, do we know an
And there's-
owlbear appears in the alcove?
Almost all of the brush you've been walking through is all about knee height, so maybe 2-3 feet, kind of covering the sides of the mountains as they begin to run down, with occasional cliffs as the rocks give way. So,
I would like to make sure there's not an owlbear in that alcove.
there is
be
no
on the
owl
safe
bear
side.
in the alcove at the moment.
We all
Nor are there signs there has ever been an
Rex
owl
is
bear.
slightly disappointed.
No, we just grow up onto an owlbear family. Just hope it doesn't wake up while we're cuddling it.
All right,
I'll ask it first.
third watch. Give me perceptions.
Is it the same watch as last time?
Yes, you guys have a watch schedule now.
Oh, 7.
You have disadvantage.
Oh, still 7.
Still 7.
14.
All
That's
right,
the lowest I could roll without crit failing.
10.
10.
Yep.
All right,
But my passive is 15.
7's
Actually,
plus.
Actually, it'd still be 10.
I made it!
You hear above the gurgle the rustling of plants and the movement of stone on stone, as if pebbles were being rubbed together under an otherwise stealthy foot.
7? Ain't much.
And when I mean pebbles, I mean you don't hear footfalls. Pebbles are moving. Multiple pebbles are not moving or squished under a footfall.
But I haven't. Is this anything that would be like a natural?
Roll nature.
I'm knocked out in the corner.
Whatever. No, I don't know what that is.
What's your nature roll?
That's a 6.
6?
Yeah.
Owlbear.
Rex is over in the corner dreaming about killing that owlbear, man. Dream's about to come true.
I'm thinking I start to nudge people.
All right.
We know that
Sounds
one
like
like
a-
that. Chuck Jack.
Owlbear?
It's in the party, or could be
Rex,
owlbears.
there's an owlbear.
All right.
So
Various party members, or you guys are starting to get nudged awake by fish. Roll me a stealth roll. You're acting like you want to be silent.
That is a 22.
All right.
I'm just gonna draw my rapier and dagger and hold action to see if anything appears.
I'm waking Rex up.
Well, I'm going to quietly unsheath them.
Unsheathing a weapon is extremely quiet.
Good. Unless you forget to
I'm over the corner.
It's
just
not like
kind
the
of
movies where
slightly
just-
using my battle axe.
Why,
as a pillow.
if you don't oil your weapon, like,
Turn around. I like it. I gotta change my armor. Thank you.
Bye, Bard.
don't worry, I have a tent. You could use that.
I have a tent too. What do you think I'm in?
I don't know. We never talked about this. We didn't know if anyone was sleeping in tents.
Yeah, I got 2 tents.
Why do you need 2? Why do you need a
I
10?
had 3 guys traveling with me. They're sitting
3 guys, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you roll.
They also have climbing gear that you've been using all day, so. Alright, yeah, I'm getting my armor on.
All right.
And you're telling me 3 civilians effectively to stay in the tents.
Well, only one of the retainers accompanied you.
Okay, yes, true.
Or not really retainers. Employees, I guess is the best term.
Yeah.
Employees in a area where there is no currency.
Yes.
Yeah, employees. slash friends.
There's always
You're
Slash
paying
fans.
them in bardic inspiration.
It's called favors.
called
The currency of all.
Where there's 2 tenths.
It's called indentured servitude.
Alright, so,
I'm waking Rex up.
alright, go wake up.
Wake the barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are all awake.
Am I fully dressed now?
Yeah.
Alright, sweet. I walk out in armor with my rapier out. Like, okay, what now? Where'd you hear from?
Point in the direction.
Yeah, they're just kind of
Going the opposite direction.
just kind of different directions, little sounds here and there. But
Can I try and like listen closely? And
roll
see
for
what-
perception. Even give you advantage because you're taking time to listen.
At 20.
All right, you hear nothing.
You hear nothing.
I mean, you hear maybe the patter of some small animals out toward the trail, maybe like one of the animal trails was being used, but you don't hear anything around the encampment.
Alright. I need to do it again. You could understand that, right?
And you guys have been awake for now 15 minutes. Nothing.
Alright.
You woke me up for nothing.
There was something out there.
Maybe it just kept going.
Because it was an owlbear, I'll allow it. Good night.
I didn't want you to miss it.
Alright, I go back to bed this time in my armor.
All right.
Studded leather armor.
Yep.
Just
Should
like,
have doing that in
okay.
the first place.
Oh, you're in stud in leather armor.
Yes. You know you like it.
You make the other stud.
Alright, yeah. It'll take me a minute to get back to sleep.
All right. Yeah. All right. Watches resume.
Roll a d100.
Third watch. One more perception check.
23.
24.
Oh.
Modified 20.
It's the first decent perception roll
All right.
I've had.
Sprout.
Yeah.
You kind of hear this time much quieter. Like you could kind of hear pebbles grinding ish.
There's a slow owl
you
or a small one. Does it sound like a slow
you
owlbear?
you
or
can
a
roll
smaller-
another nature.
or
You can roll another
smaller
nature.
owlbear?
It sounds like a baby.
We're getting a little too fixed on the owlbear part.
No. No.
What's the nature?
5.
5?
I'm the worst druid ever.
The one time we won't expect to be an owlbear. it'll
I'm
be
glad
an
he
owlbear.
said it. I didn't.
So you're convinced it's probably an owlbear that knows you're there, and so it's approaching really quietly.
It's
Yeah,
tiptoeing.
like really slowly. I hear you, owlbear.
You guys all hear him. Those of who you are awake hear him say, "I hear you, owlbear."
Yeah. I know you're out
I'm
there.
a Joe awake saying, owlbear?
He's out there.
Can I
Go back
take
to
the
sleep.
time
He's
to
being
like
sneaky.
double check to see if there is an actual owl bear out there?
We're waiting for
At
you.
this point, while you guys are sitting there, I want perceptions from all of you who were asleep.
That works.
It is a yes. If you're not on watch, roll me a perception. It's a 10 plus.
Nope.
What'd you get?
Nat 20.
That you're awake. As soon as you heard "I hear you, owlbear," you just at hear you were awake. What'd you get? 5? You're still asleep.
Yeah.
You're the only person who's still asleep.
I'm not concerned with it.
But you're the one
But-
who wants the
Heavy
owl bear
snores
the
too.
most.
So, at this point, you guys see faint little shapes that are maybe about a quarter size round, just kind of land and kind of roll amidst the encampment. You just see little poof, poof, poof. As you see, there's like a little mushroom, maybe mold at your feet.
That's amazing.
Any con saves all,
Oh. Oh boy.
including those who are asleep. Including the one of you who is asleep.
Woo! Con saves.
Constitution saving throw.
That's a 7.
DC 13.
That's a no.
14.
All right.
8.
I don't even wake up with a 22.
No, you're just dead asleep.
Like nothing's affecting me right now.
If you failed, you take 3 damage,
That's not too bad.
What if you nat fail?
and you are all poisoned
Oh,
if you
boy.
failed.
Oh, I was about to say.
If you failed.
It was 3
Which
damage.
means you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Oh, so this owlbear's a druid.
It's possible.
Druid owlbear.
We are in quote-unquote party initiative. What do you guys want to do? There's
Wake
no
up.
specific order.
Can I tell what the mushroom, moss, fungus stuff
Nature roll.
is? Oh boy.
I'm gonna try and wake him
And
up.
I'm gonna be trying.
If you say if you want to wake him up, you wake him up.
Okay, I was about to
21
say.
nature.
21 Russert Mold.
Russet mold. What is
Yes.
that? Is that like potato mold?
It is a fungus known as russet mold. It is reddish brown in color, found only in places that are dark, warm, and wet. Its spores spread out across metal objects and can be mistaken for rust.
How many of them are by the bard? They like wet things.
It is poisonous to all living creatures.
I buy you drinks, dude.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
What?
The entire voyage that we're going on?
If it
I might
kills
have
a
to
see
creature, it infests that creature.
Say that again.
If it kills a creature, it infests that creature.
Oh,
boy.
zombie fungus.
Do I know of any
You know
means
all of
that,
this.
Well, do I know of any means to combat or counteract
Fire.
it? I figured that. Okay.
Like that battle axe on
Don't
fire.
Probably good to let us know.
Yeah, I'm yelling out fire.
Acid, acid, necrotic, and radiant kill it.
Will a shovel work?
A pound of salt, a gallon of alcohol, or any magical effect that kills disease. Or sunlight.
Will my shovel work?
We just have to wait till morning. The sun will kill it.
You can try to use your shovel on it if you want. You guys now know this because he has understood this.
Okay.
And
So-
And
I'm telling them
identified
all
it.
the things that I know.
Okay.
torch.
I got
Alright.
a couple torches, so I'll light
Like
like
smack.
Well,
Yep.
was it still fire? Because you didn't read fire.
Oh, sorry, no. Fire does not work on it.
Yeah.
I
It
misspoke.
was endorsed.
It is as fire killed one of the molds back in 3.5. I
Okay.
still don't always remember the exact
It's like necrotic, radiant, and acid.
acid, necrotic. Where's the
Massive
spot?
amounts of salt.
Radiant.
And copious amounts of alcohol.
Yeah, or salt and
Throw the bard
alcohol.
at it. Be fine.
plenty of salt there.
It'll
Or
eat
any-
the bard, and it'll all die.
And then we'll all die. Yeah.
From alcohol poisoning.
What did I do? Okay, does anyone have any of the things you just said? Anyone?
I don't.
I'm just gonna grab my shovel and start trying to shovel them out.
He just told you to no objects. Okay. Fine.
I have a bad memory. I don't remember a word he
sticks,
said.
It sticks to your shovel.
Inspire Druid, since he's the only one that knows anything about this.
Okay.
Tell it to leave. You're plant talker.
Well, actually, that's fair. I'll tell it to leave, or we'll have to.
Can you
To
speak
make it
with
leave.
plants?
They can understand me.
Okay.
Any plant or
Can
animal
it speak back to you?
No. Well,
Okay. You
I mean,
have-
it can, but I won't.
You have told it to leave.
I have given it fair warning that it needs to leave.
Can you make a charisma?
I can't.
You have inspiration?
I have advantage on persuasion checks to.
Yep.
To do things.
The russet mold mushroom does not appear as if it can move on its own.
Okay. Can I use mold earth to try to just kind of not move a lot, but just kind of pick up a layer of dirt under it and just kind of shoo it away, like
Okay.
a bug out the door.
There's about 6 different globules. You'll be able to get rid of one.
Okay.
Your globule is attached to your shovel. What are the other 4 of you doing?
Which direction
I'd
they
like
come
to-
from?
Direction? What's odd is it kind of rolled down from the hillside.
Oh.
Look up hillside.
Look up the hillside?
Yeah.
Give me a perception.
I
Make
look
it
to
dexterity
upside
saving
down.
throw as more fall down.
Yeah, if you have,
Six.
if you do not have dark vision, disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Well,
Can I just toss
6.
my shovel in the river?
18.
18. You would be able to see just some stuff skittering, the brush moving,
into the ground.
moving away from the camp.
Something up there. Pushed it down.
And what did you have?
I had 6. I had 18.
There is darkness that way. It is dark. You are sure of this.
I'm just gonna drop my shovel now.
Alright, you drop your shovel.
Would I realize that it's not moving?
You're still asleep, aren't you?
No, he's awake.
He woke-
He
that's
woke
right.
him up,
Oh, that's
which means you're the only person who has an action left.
Okay. Well, depending on my action, would I have realized that it's not moving?
It's not moving right now.
Okay, I'm not gonna touch it.
Your action is to not do something.
My action is just gonna stare at it and just wait for it to do something.
What is he gonna axe?
Alright. Everyone, Constitution saving throw.
12.
13.
DC 13.
Okay, just
Failed by 1.
I got it.
If you got less than 13, take 5 damage.
Oh no.
Poison damage, and you're poisoned. If you have 13, you're fine.
5 damage, did you say?
That's a good
5,
thing to have
yes.
a single potion of healing.
It's back into party initiative. The mold is not moving.
I'm starting to climb up towards where I saw movement.
Alright, you start. Go ahead and give me a athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
With her claws, doesn't she not need to make that kind of
It's
check? Or-
This isn't really a climb check, it's moving through the brush.
And my my climbing speed is 20 feet each. That's about the only thing with my
Yeah.
claws. So, but I'll do acrobatics. That is 18.
Alright, you start moving, but they've got a good head
Bardic
start on you.
Inspiration, you could have tried to add that.
You might be able to catch them, but they're.
This is half trying to catch them,
Oh,
and
wait,
the other
yeah,
half
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
get away from the mold.
Gotcha.
It wouldn't have mattered.
You've
It was so
gotten
cool, it
your
wouldn't
full
have mattered.
move speed away from the camp, going uphill.
Alright,
The remaining 5 of you.
I'm also moving out, but I'm going to shout for those that are still in the camp, get the mold out of the camp.
Okay. Then where were you? Where did you want to go? You said you were leaving the camp. Where?
I'm kind of trying to follow her.
Okay. Athletics, acrobatics choice.
Okay, I'm going to use acrobatics. 21.
21. You're keeping pace and even outpacing her a little bit.
Give me that classic cat disapproving look.
Yes.
You know the look.
Go faster. I don't know how please you.
All right. So that leaves the remaining 4 of you.
I guess I'll follow them.
All right. Go ahead.
You said
3 of you. Yep.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics or athletics choice.
Acrobatics for 21.
You're keeping pace with him. Also outpacing the cat.
And are you ruling that chugging a potion of healing as an action or a bonus action?
If it is for you, it is a bonus action. If
Okay.
it is for another, it is an action.
I would like to use mine because I'm at 2 hit points.
Okay.
You have a
Yeah.
Where do you have potion of healing from?
I bought it before we left.
Yeah. You were allowed
That
to spend
is-
your money before
It's,
leaving.
plus
If you want
I
to
get
go-
10 gold from my background. Like,
It's 2d4 plus 2, right?
Which healing potion did you buy?
The one in the book.
That'd be 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, we'll go with that for now. I don't
Well,
feel
I'm
like
at
looking
max
anything
hit
else.
points.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Currently, the only light source is the torch you lit.
That was a question I was going to ask earlier. Would we not have a campfire?
Did you say you lit a campfire?
Nobody said it.
There we go.
Fair enough.
There is no campfire if no campfire is lit. All right, remaining 2 of you.
Yeah, I'm trucking. I'm trucking.
Well, there's 3 of
Gotcha.
people.
Oh, 3. Druid didn't go anywhere.
Not yet.
All right.
Following.
I'm following them
Yeah.
with a.
Ouch. Just use the mold earth to push
Oh.
you up.
You said athletics or acrobatics?
Correct.
5 feet per 6 seconds.
It's faster
I
than
got
the
a
ships can follow.
7.
Athletics.
The cat's outrunning someone, and it's the orc.
I'm fascinated by this fungus, man. It's
Yeah, you're still far enough away, but
I got a 10 athletics.
you're good. And what were you doing?
Whichever one is of the fungus that's closest, I'll use mold earth and kind of shoot it away from me and away from the camp. And
All right.
everyone's running away up the hill, so I guess I'm going up the hill too.
All right.
Next thing we know, we find a Myconid covered in these things.
You guys all separate yourself. You don't feel the effects of the spores of the.
As soon as I had seen them starting to go out, I would have run back, saying idiots, and going back to get the mold out of our camp where we still have 3 civilians staying in.
The one civilian who is with you
The one civilian.
is already booking it.
Okay.
He's like,
Come on,
nope.
follow along, man.
No, I'm still going down because our shit's there. So I don't want it to destroy our shit.
Well,
so.
the only thing you've lost at this point is a shovel.
Yeah, but it can.
At range, he is using mold earth and flicking them
Okay, so
away.
at range-
It takes some time, but you're able to clear the mold out. It kind of goes tumbling down the side of the mountain.
And along with a shovel, contaminated shovel.
Yeah. Just chuck.
Dink punt.
That was a waste of money.
Well, next time don't try and use a metal object on something that he already said affects metal.
I have a very short attention span.
Russert Mold spreads out across a metal object. There we go.
Okay.
It has
I'll
been
never
reread.
forget this in a few minutes.
Yep.
So don't worry about it.
So don't worry about it. You'll be fine.
Or you just throw some caltrops on it so they'll
All right.
mushrooms with metal spikes.
Your camp is cleared. It's getting toward morning. You guys are able to continue your way.
Are we still poisoned?
You eventually save out. Technically, you're saving each round, but there's no damage if you fail. You just are still at disadvantage of all of your attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay.
So it takes a little bit, but eventually you're like, all right, air in. Okay, I didn't taste spore that time. This is a good thing. Because tasting spore in the lungs is pretty bad.
Yeah, I guess continue on to the ship. What's everyone's hit points, by the way?
Well, I'm back in mats.
I only got.
Yeah, we are at... Now, reminder with a short rest, you are allowed to use your hit die to regain a number of hit points. As you have just completed a short rest, you may do that now. Your hit die is the die that you would use to roll and gain hit points when you level up.
Well, I can't because it happened on the 3rd shift, so I would have already taken the short rest.
The way
before it
I
happened.
rule the rests is the rest ends at the end of the final watch.
Okay.
So if that is the final rest before a long rest, you can use everything you want because you're going to get it back as soon as the rest ends.
This is the only hit die we had for the week.
Correct. This is the 5th
So
day
once it's
of
used,
the
that's
week.
it.
Yes.
I actually,
Oh, I see what you're. Okay, so
Yeah.
you can still use it on the 5th day, but
You don't have it on the 6th day.
as soon as the 7th day of the week is up, we get it back.
Yes.
Not
We are
from
using
when you use
just-
it. It's
Reminder for all, we are using the alternative rules for long rest, short rests. Short rests are 8 hours, and you may take 1 per day. Long rests are a week.
and it takes a week to regain the.
At the end of a week, you get half your level back in hit dice, rounded up.
So it
Okay.
takes 2 weeks to get one.
So any short rest, we can still use that D8.
On a short, you have 1 d8 in your pool because you are level 1.
Okay, got it.
At a long rest, you will get that die back.
Okay.
yeah, no, they don't do like half dies.
So is the long rest, does that get reset if there's combat or anything like that? Or is it just like, every Sunday everything resets?
Basically every Sunday.
Okay.
I keep track of that here.
Okay.
I guess we're heading to.
Yep,
Sure.
you guys have 1 day's worth of travel. Go ahead and give me a survival check for the 2 guides.
Mm-hmm.
Same advantage as last time. We're just seeing what time of day you guys are getting there.
24.
15's evening,
24.
24.
Collective 20.
What'd you get? A 16?
No, I got 18 and it's plus 2 survival.
Okay, so 44 between the 2 of you. Went pretty well. You guys are going to get there about like 2 o'clock.
It's a natural 19.
2 o'clock, yeah.
Full efficiency and everything.
So 2 o'clock, you guys kind of get to the mountain, descend down one of the streams that kind of winds its way through. At this point, you're at the coast, about 20 feet out to sea. There are some rocks, and there is a ship that is on those rocks. You have not seen any lights nor any movement coming from the ship as you approached it, nor overnight.
Anything on the beach, like footprints coming away from it or anything like that?
No.
Bodies.
Nope. And while the lower deck appears, each ship would have 3 levels. This being one of the cargo freighters, the lowest level was cargo. Then a small living quarters and more cargo. And then the top layer, which would be the deck.
Alright, is there an easy way to get out to it?
Go ahead and, well, actually, give me perceptions first as we're looking at the boat, and I'll loop this into how to get to it. 15's plus 20.
17.
16.
23.
23, so
Natural 20.
13.
Which will be
15's plus,
20.
you actually see the figure of the captain holding the wheel.
How's he looking?
Can't really tell from here,
Skeletons.
but there is somebody holding the wheel. And whoever it is still has flesh on the bones. They're holding the wheel.
Just a nice.
You guys are kind of looking at it from the
up.
back, from the side, looking up, so you really can't tell that much. 20's plus, you're able to see that it's kind of like almost a mountain that had once gone out and then gotten beaten down by the waves. So, ironically, you guys can actually just walk up to the ship. I mean, it's not an obvious path. You guys needed to find it, but once you're poking around, yeah, it's there.
Alright.
Are there any birds circling or
It
anything
will.
in the sky?
Circling, no, besides what would be normal. Now, to get out to there, because of the buffeting of the waves, it will require a acrobatics or athletics check to get to the boat, and then another to climb.
Can I use mold earth just to push the sand up to help a little bit?
I'll give people advantage on that check, as you will not have advantage because it's not going to stay. So
Yeah.
you need to constantly be mold earth, move some earth
I'm
out there,
basically
move some
just
earth out
giving
there.
everybody a boost.
Yeah, everyone else will have advantage on the roll. You will have to go last and will not have the advantage.
Alright.
That's fine.
Who is going first?
I'll go.
All right, now you will also, you're going to be having to do, because of the nature of the path, you're going to have to get there and get up before anyone else is getting to you. You can't stage at the base of the boat.
Okay.
So let's take your first acrobatics check or athletics. You have advantage.
Alright, so acrobatics, that is a 17.
You're good. Now, how do you want to go ahead and attempt to get up the ship? You can either walk into the lower deck, the cargo hold, or attempt to climb up to the upper deck. There's some broken timber. You could probably pull it off, but it would be about a DC 15 athletics or acrobatics.
Well, I have a crowbar. What if I use that crowbar to try to...
As a
do that?
climbing instrument, I'll give you +2 to the roll.
Alright, I'd like to do that.
All right, so crowbar in one hand, using that to kind of get grips on things that would otherwise cut your hand, and you're using that to kind of pull yourself up. Go ahead and go.
Alright, so that... Ooh, 19 on the die, so that would be like a 20.
Yep, you kind of pull yourself up.
6.
You are up on deck. We're going to pause. Next person, because
I
there's
guess
somebody
I'll go.
following you. All right, first advantage. DC 10.
Made it.
All right, you're going to climb as well?
I'm going to actually go into the hole.
Hold. All right,
Of course you
next person.
I'll go.
All right,
Of course you are.
Why wouldn't I?
He just made it.
all right. So you kind of get out there, but he's got to work like throwing sand up. Like, no, don't. He was going to step off the path. I had to put sand there so he wouldn't step off the path. All right, you get to the boat. Walking into the hold or climbing up.
I'll try and climb up.
All right, acrobatics or athletics choice.
20.
You're up. Next, Cat.
Thank goodness for advantage. That would have been in that one.
That's
Acrobatics or
It's a 10.
10. You also barely make it.
And then I'm gonna climb up.
All right, go ahead. I will give you advantage on this. Well, actually, you have a climb speed. Because you have a climb speed, you don't need to roll. It is wood. You just scamper up. They don't have a climb speed, so they need to roll. So you just kind of claws into the wood. Straight up. You're on top.
Alright, so, and you said there's no way to stop midway?
You're going the full way.
Okay.
What are you wanting to do halfway through?
Well, the decision, I was going to try and see if I could help him in, but that's all.
No, he's having to focus. In order for him to have advantage, he's got to focus for your whole journey.
That's like 23.
Easy.
Yeah. And then I'm going to climb up.
All right. DC 15.
Yeah, no.
What's the
11.
roll? 11?
Yeah.
You don't quite make it up, but you don't damage the ship either. You may either roll again. This time DC.
I'm going to take both my hand axes out and use it.
All right.
That's
I'll
best I
just
got.
use my free action
it's
to yell
DC
out, I have a
10.
rope.
It's DC 10, but if you fail, you're going to be damaging the ship. Go for it.
Natural 20.
All right.
Go get strong.
You're not so much cutting into the axes. You're using on the timbers the back of the axe
Yeah.
to kind of just pull yourself up and anchor.
Nice hook.
It works
I'm
out pretty
very
well.
used to doing that. So.
All right.
It's like a better
Druid.
version of me with the crowbar.
So it's athletics.
Athletics or acrobatics choice.
That's a natural 2. That's 6.
So you finish getting the sand across. You look at yourself. You're pretty proud.
Yeah.
You step out. You weren't even what you were like. Look at him. He climbed up. That's great. Wave to the face. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's a 3.
You're in the water.
Yeah.
Your head hasn't come up. Roll me a dexterity saving throw again.
Hey guys, you see
DC
brown
10.
anywhere?
Oh, it's a 5.
All right, Constitution saving throw.
I'm used
DC
Guys,
5.
I'm really starting to get kind of worried about Sprout.
DC 5.
Come up.
DC 5 Constitution saving throw.
How difficult would it be for me to go back down and check on little Sprout?
No, we don't see this. We don't see
Anyone who climbed up can see this.
Okay.
Okay, is there somewhere I can climb?
All
tie
you
my rope
see
to?
is a Sprout underwater, and all Sprout gets is water. All that inhales salt water.
Alright, so how
You
deep,
are functionally drowning at this point.
where he is?
How deep is the water
How
here?
deep is it?
It's the mountains continue off, save for this ridge that goes out. So you can easily go down 20 or 30 feet.
Okay.
I dive.
See, I was thinking we were like.
Yeah,
just
you can
on-
dive off.
Sure, I'm diving.
All right,
Perfect swan
all right.
Is there anything
Roll
I
me a
can ta-
dexterity check.
Is there,
Acrobatics check.
is there anything I
Well,
can?
athletics as well, because you could clear it via
Powers.
Yeah, another natural 20. Perfect.
perfect form off the edge of the boat.
See some
Within-
skeletons with the 10 sign.
Within 5 feet of Sprout, you're underwater. You've already taken 1 level of exhaustion from drowning.
Okay.
Your action was to get to the water. What are the rest of you doing?
Is there anything nearby I could tie my rope to and then throw down?
The ship,
one end?
yes.
A good spot on the ship.
Yes.
That's sturdy.
Yes, the
'Cause
mast.
I'd like to,
The mast. There's spots you can tie onto the mast. Yes.
because I want to throw down one end of my rope down to where they are, so that they can grab upon it to help them get up onto the ship.
Okay.
I'll stand
Make
by
a
to get ready to
dexterity
pull up.
check. Well, make a ranged attack roll utilizing your dexterity as you're chucking the rope to them.
All right.
AC 10.
8.
You get it near them, but it's about 10, 15 feet off. But it's there in the water for them. You just didn't hit him in the head or get it next to him.
And I'll stand by to help pull them up.
Yep. All right.
Away.
So, make a Constitution saving throw, DC 15.
Don't
It
need my
increases
die
by
this
5 each time you're holding your breath. Increases by 5 more if you're drowning.
19.
19. All right. You do not absorb a second level. You kind of realized, my lungs have water in them. Stop breathing. Think. All right. You now have him. What do you want to do?
Whisper in his ear gently. I've got you.
And what he hears is bubble, bubble, bubble.
Or that.
As a point of note, I weigh 285 pounds.
Floating you in water won't be hard.
Yeah.
Strength
And
of
what's
16?
your no? You're a druid. You're not wearing metal armor. You're good.
No, I'm
What are
just-
you wearing for armor?
I've got high. I'm actually not wearing armor right now.
Oh, that's right. You're barbarian. You're good. All right. So give me an athletics check. DC 10.
Woo! Yeah, natural 13, so 18.
Yep. You got him straight up to the service. You're holding him up there. What? Roll me a percentile die.
Did he fail again?
No.
Oh, damn
I'm
it.
breathing.
Yeah,
He's
That's
breathing.
That's
the
an
lucky
improvement.
guy.
The higher, the better.
85.
85. You properly deflect the vomit water and phlegm away from his face.
Oh god, what did I miss?
Just FYI, I would have dropped him. If that was the case.
That's fair.
All right, so you've cleared your lungs. You're able to move. You guys are moving together. Go ahead and both give me. You may either both roll athletics or both roll acrobatics.
Athletics.
All right,
Both
he's
roll.
carrying you. He's chosen. You're both rolling athletics. Go for it.
Both of us?
Yep.
Okay. My athletics is actually one of my better stats.
I know,
just
that's
keep
why I
rolling-
picked it.
I just keep rolling 1s and 2s.
Hey, you didn't fail.
18.
17.
You guys are swimming fine now. You get to the rope. Both of you just give me athletics checks one more time to get up the rope. You have
This is where we
advantage
fail.
because she's assisting, and he is
Wow.
assisting.
What did you say?
Athletics checks. You both have advantage.
Okay, because I rolled a 1.
Okay, roll again.
There we go. 18.
Okay.
21.
You rolled first. He lets you up first just to make sure you didn't swan dive. And to be honest, you would have if it
So
hadn't
your
been for the tabaxi who kind of reaches over and just kind of pulls you up.
One, right? His second
The
roll
bard
was
is
that
inside the
one.
hole going, there's a lot of sounds.
There's been a lot of 1s this
Not my
session.
problem.
Seth.
I'm
Yeah,
picking
His
up the
first
20s.
roll for that advantage was a 1. His second wasn't that one.
There's a lot of 1s
Oh.
happening.
Oh yeah.
So you didn't help him at all. By the time you're ready to, like, I'll help you, he just kind of jumps over and knocks you back.
I'm going to have to burn some sage tonight or something in here.
More like burn the dice.
All right, so
Just the rest of the campaign, so let's try to get on the ship.
they've had 4 or 5 rounds, so we're gonna go to you in the hold.
Okay.
You're in the hold because of the position of the ships, with it being washed out to the rocks. There's not a lot of wave action. You can tell a lot of the stuff is all intact. There's not. The cargo's pretty much here and untouched.
Oh, Jax would love it.
Go ahead. Go
Jax
ahead.
would love this. Okay.
Go ahead and just roll me a perception as you're looking into the dark, damp underbelly of the ship.
Natural 1.
It's dark, it's damp, and this crate. Ow! Your toe just stubbed on it. Ow. And you hear the other noises, so you're not really looking around. You're just
Light
like, what's
torch.
going on? All right, you light the torch.
Surprise! It's full of gunpowder.
To see you have a quick second going, gosh.
All right, so you look around and yeah, there's a cargo hold here. You don't really see. I mean, the ship was supposed to have a complement of roughly 100 people. I don't see any of them down here.
What kind of cargo?
Basic supplies. Ship 4 had the bulk of the food on it.
Okay.
So you've got food, some rough construction gear, some tools, but
If I find a nice thing of wine, I'm just gonna or a good
find
strong
me a
meat.
shop.
nice
Okay.
things of wine were
Nice
not
wine.
brought.
Yeah.
If you could
No
find,
celebratory champagne or anything like that.
No.
Okay.
if
Just
you
grab
could
one
find me
out of the
a
road.
new shovel. Screw
that
that shovel.
Everything would have been in a
I'm
crate.
going
You'd be
to the
getting
living
the
quarters.
crate. All right, so you start looking around. At this point, you're starting to head up to the living quarters. Those on deck, a coughing druid is carried on board. He still doesn't feel good, and he seems to be very exhausted. I've got to check one level of exhaustion real quick. You have disadvantage on every ability check you were making, and should have been taking that disadvantage while swimming. So actually, you did have a nat 1 when you were trying to climb up.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah.
The cat saved you. We're gonna go with that.
Okay.
Well, I had 19.
Well,
didn't I?
no. Give me a roll. Give me a dexterity saving throw to catch him as he
He's
gets
ready
to
to
the
go the
top.
whole thing. You're
Dexterity,
screwed.
it's an 8.
8. You catch him. Roll a d6 points of damage.
Oh, what?
Just the D6.
Just the D6.
Okay, 4.
You take 2 points of damage. We're rolling a D3.
I had to hold on to you.
Yeah.
I do
You start to go
apologize.
back over, and she's just like, "No, you're not."
I do apologize.
You've got like a cat scratch kind of on your chest.
He likes it. Don't worry.
She kind of then just flips you over onto the deck. You're on the back of the deck, just.
I got new dice.
Okay, you got new dice. Good luck with those.
It won't help.
Here, let me bless them for you.
All right, so
One's for the rest of the night.
you have them on deck.
If you have
What do you guys
bad
want
luck,
to
you
do?
know who to blame.
Let's look over. What's the captain doing? He's still standing there?
You can see the captain. You can see that his face and entire flesh has really gone a greenish color. Similar, you actually saw the mist, so yes, the same color as the mist. And then you can see him just kind of gaze. His eyes seem to be locked up, and just a pure expression of fear on his face.
This ship was surrounded in the green mist. Tentatively start.
I must have
going
missed
toward
that
them.
part. I don't remember it best.
You said
You weren't here for the whole ships coming over, but yes.
You said his skin looked greenish.
Yes.
Does he still look alive?
There is no movement coming from him.
Can I try to just like tap his shoulder to see if there's any response?
As you tap his shoulder, you feel like almost as if it were lukewarm wax. Your hand leaves an impression on his shoulder.
Ooh. Would I be able to roll to see if this is like we were told that she who swims would turn the sailors and whatnot that she got into those four-armed elfish things. Is this what's happening?
The elfish things did not appear green. They had knives, daggers. I mean, they were moving. They had to be cut to be hurt.
I'm just gonna wipe my hand off on the ship.
All right. So you guys can see a handprint into the shoulder of
Don't
the
touch
captain.
Intrigued and yet disgusted.
It's not an honorable way to die.
Anything else you guys on deck want to do?
I guess I'm gonna look around for any other people.
Am I certain that he is dead?
All other people, you're certain he ain't alive.
Alright. I'm cutting the head off.
That's
All right.
actually before you.
He has said it is happening.
Well,
Can I try to set him on fire first?
what?
So the axe goes clean through the head. You barely even feel it make contact with anything. And just cut straight through and head falls over to the side. Kind of just, again, hot wax against the deck. His entire face gets disfigured.
Like a rotten apple. Just
A rotten apple's actually very, very accurate. It appears that his bones have no resistance left in them. But that the skin itself had some form of hardness to it that was keeping him standing.
That's not creepy at all.
And I just start looking around.
Alright. If you're looking for more people, that would be down in the passengers compartments.
Alright.
I'm looking on top of the deck just to get a general idea of what is around me. If there are any crates, if there's any supplies.
All the supplies would have been
Okay.
on the lower supply level.
Yeah, I'll go
Alright.
fly level.
You guys start going down the ladders. You guys meet up on said ladders. They're coming down, you're going up.
I'm checking the crew quarters, so.
It's the same. The ladder goes the full depth of the ship.
Yeah, I'm
So
saying I'm checking the
He's
rooms.
going, as you guys meet up, he starts heading down toward crew quarters. The first door appears to be locked.
Yeah, I got thieves, so we'll screw it.
All right.
No, don't call the locksmith.
You guys are all present.
I don't know you're a locksmith.
Am I
so-
there?
Yep. Go ahead and
I believe I have proficiency with it yet, so 15.
15. More than enough.
Okay.
Lock clicks. Door is unlocked. The door does not budge.
Put some strength in it.
Go ahead and roll a strength roll. Athletics, actually.
That's a natural 19.
19. You push
20,
it, and it
modify
appears that some of the furniture had kind of been stacked up against the door. You kind of push it, and you see the furniture falls. You see a family that is kind of curled into a corner, similar as the captain. Bodies completely green, staring up in terror. The baby's face frozen mid-squeal. Their pet is in the other corner, kind of just curled up, kind of like a snarl on the dog's face.
Is the same thing with the dog, I assume?
Yeah.
Flesh is gone complete green. Eyes are still bright white, have color to them.
Let's see.
Anything else in the
You might
room
wanna
disturbed?
wipe off your axe.
All that appears disturbed is the fact that the furniture was piled by the door.
Alright, I'm gonna leave and check the other rooms. I'm assuming I'm gonna find similar stuff, but
As you guys start going through the rooms, I mean, it's a different story per room. Some of the rooms don't appear boarded. Some you see people in their cots, eyes just bugged out wide, staring straight up above them. But for each of them, it's a different story, but the results are all the same. Green skin, expressions of fear.
okay. I'm gonna be searching all the rooms.
All right.
At
this point, give me perceptions all.
22.
23.
10.
12.
15s plus.
16.
You guys feel the ship
I'm rolling at disadvantage.
settle,
And I get a
but then you feel it rock a little, and then rock a little,
Alright,
and then
how
a
much,
settle.
How much damage was done to the actual hull itself? Is there
Substantial.
I'm disadvantaged.
Okay, so we're gonna see
on everything.
very quickly.
You guys are in a boat that is threatening to unlodge itself from the rocks. 20s. Did we have a 25 plus, or am I just doing 20s plus?
I had a 23.
23. So just 20 plus.
Yeah.
You could hear almost a crackle, just like what you'd expect like a spark to sound like. Just a quick little zap, and then just like the crinkling of a dried leaf that isn't stopping.
Go down to the hold.
All right, as you kind of go into the hold, you see far in the back of the hold there appears to have been a fire that started.
Do I see a bucket on any of the?
Bucket, no, but you give me a perception real quick.
Perception. 11.
11. You can kind of see spray of the water hitting the fire, and the fire kind of begins to glow a blue.
Before it spreads, I'm going to try and find a source real quick.
At this point, the entire size of the fire is about a fist size. If there's a source, it is the source.
All right, what's actually on it? Like what's?
It started on like the tops of one of the crates back there, and is slowly starting to spread. Slower than you would expect, but given the water, faster than it should be able to.
All right. I give a yell. We need to leave now. And then I'm going to make toward the exit while checking for anything like valuable amongst the cargo.
Okay,
and that.
give me a
Let's-
quick perception.
What's the issue?
He kind of pokes his head down.
Fire, magical
Well,
fire.
Not,
Water makes it worse.
it's not natural.
Can I head back up to the top
Not
of the
necessarily magical.
deck
but-
and undo my
It's called
rope
grease.
and put it back in my pack?
Yep.
I got a 13.
13. You find some what would be the higher end rations, and by higher end I mean deep preserved salted meats. You could take a crate of those off.
Okay, I'm gonna take that.
I'm gonna walk
You're
in.
not really going to be able to cart it far, but you're basically just like, get it to the beach.
It's something for us to help get
Yeah.
the facility set up.
My first thought is fire. I mean, obviously we have seen multiple rooms. I'm gonna grab a sheet off of a bed or just some kind of fabric and just.
That was
So you're
Try
going
to
to
smell
begin
it.
you will begin running to the back of the cargo hold.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to get to it this turn because you're functionally pulling a sheet, running 50
Yeah, no, I
feet,
gotcha.
going
Yeah.
down, then trying to run 150 feet.
That's why when he said fire, I'm just going to go to where he just came out of.
All right. So you're going to be a tad ahead of him if you're moving toward the fire because you didn't have to stop, grab a sheet.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, I go down and kind of take a peek from him, look for some kind of crates that I can quickly.
Okay. Give me a perception.
I hear you.
That is a 16.
Also, prize rations, just the best food stuff. Actually, sorry. Masterwork tools.
Nice. I grab that.
Yep. So you've got that. I want athletics or acrobatics from both of you as you're trying to cart it through the waves off.
That is
22.
12.
12, 22. You both managed to get it across. All right. Your crate is damaged as you dropped it at one point in time, but it holds together. You don't lose any of the tools.
Okay, so it's just like the crate is full.
Yeah. It's like you drop a pallet and the pallet gets a crack and you're like, that ain't good. But it's holding, so we'll put it on the top. It'll be fine. All right. Did not hear the action over there from Ogujiro.
I guess I'm making my way out.
Making your way out. All right, go ahead and give me the athletics acrobatics cross.
17.
17. Yep, you're fine. You get across as well. All right, person on the deck. What are you doing?
Well, he dove off the deck earlier. Is there a spot that would be safe to like dive down
It's
into?
athletics or acrobatics, but yes.
Okay, acrobatics to get down.
All right. Well, you're jumping.
9.
9.
Now, that would be a
Dexterity,
nat one.
dexterity saving throw. You're kind of tripping as you're launching yourself off.
9.
And begins the mighty 9.
A 9 is as bad as a 2 for a DC 10.
He's not wrong.
So you jump, you clear most of it, but you don't have a form perfect dive, so your feet are kind of extended a little bit, and they don't clear the rock walkway.
I'm gonna have to go save him too. Mighty.
I have a teleport
Just
I can
tell-
use to get to shore.
9 points of damage.
Oh, I'm at 1.
Sorry, the feet clear it, because you didn't actually clear it. The face hits it. There we go. That explains 9 damage better.
So, am I in the water right now?
Yes, right next to the rock bridge.
Or, how close is the shore?
About 20 feet.
It's within my range. I'll use my face step to get there.
Just tug it on there.
So, face step, just you're back on the wall, just kind of. You're not sure the nose is where it should be?
At least I can use my hip.
Is the actual
rest.
nose broken?
No.
Okay, because I will correct it.
I'm gonna fix it anyway.
Let's go.
Alright, so the two of you below decks running toward the fire.
Yep.
What are you doing?
I
Continuing to run toward fire?
Yep.
You get it to it first. What do you want to do?
trade craft to put it out.
Has no effect.
I mean, if we're like kind of going in turn initiative / order, that would be my action. If
Yep.
we're going, if we can do more than that,
You go. You can. I'll give you another action. What do you want to do?
I'll hit detect magic.
It lights up.
Okay. What does it light up as?
A
As
blanket.
conjuration or
Evocation.
evocation? Okay. Anything else ping anywhere within 30 feet?
No. And yes, only the fire is lighting up. Chat wanted me to clarify that.
Okay. Look at Rexar running at me with the sheet.
Yeah, Rexar's running at you with a blanket, and he's shaking
I'm
his
just
head
like,
no.
nope, magic, bad. And I'm running.
Yeah, I'm
Not
already
really
going
fire.
for it, so I'm actually going to throw the sheet on it and just start running the other way.
Dexterity saving throw.
You get caught in it.
Backdraft. Yeah, no.
Just a 10.
No, it's a 5.
All right, it's just a 5. So you kind of get it, and instinctively, you kind of push it, water gets on it, and all of a sudden the entire sheet goes up. Balls of blue flame just start kind of sparking off. Have you ever dropped magnesium in water before?
Yep.
It's a similar effect here, except more magical and more fire.
I'm running.
You're taking 3 points of damage as you run.
At 1 hit point. A crab could kill me.
Don't tempt me.
Just then.
A dire crab. 2 feet tall.
Sprout, you take 2 damage as some of the magical sparks are impacting you.
I told you.
Jeez.
Intelligence of 8, okay?
Fair
I've got a
point.
plan.
I said.
I stick to the plan. If the plan goes bad, oh well, I'm running.
So you guys start running out. All right, we're going back to you guys. What do you want to do? Continue running out?
Cry.
Is that an action or a bonus?
Why?
You guys are back up.
That's your entire turn.
Free action to cry? Okay.
Me and Sebastian are looking at the inside ship that's now glowing, I guess, and
There is some weird light kind of emerging, and you can see that it's flickering wildly.
they have a rave again.
As you guys see it touching a crate, it's almost as if it's lighting it immediately, and then beginning to slowly start growing from there. And as some of the sparks are hitting the water, it's exploding into more sparks.
Yeah, I'm out.
All right, you guys run. I need acrobatics or athletics to cross the rock bridge.
Does anything else light up as I run out?
Everything else is lighting up as you're running out.
Or detect magic?
Oh, the fire. And then more of the fire.
Okay.
And then more of the fire.
Just checking to see if
Yep.
there's anything
Watch,
else
we
going
all die in a fire.
on.
Could be worse.
11.
11's fine. It's just DC 10 to cross. You had 10 at least.
You did
What'd
better
you
than
have?
me with
8?
diving.
Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw. DC 10. You're slipping.
Yep.
Catch yourself.
Okay, 15.
Yeah, you catch yourself. Just carry on across.
Cool.
You guys
Used
kind
up
of
my
get
20.
out there. You see, kind of, as it was sparking from hitting water, launching more sparks, hitting water, launching more sparks. Before long, the entire lower part of the ship is kind of engulfed. It kind of subsides almost as if fuel is running out, and then explodes. Bits
That
of the
was
ship,
cool.
bits of
Do
the
it
ship
again.
are being tossed all into the water, lit with blue flame, and as soon as they're hitting the water and dousing, they're exploding. Splinters are going everywhere. There will be nothing left of the wreckage
Real barbarians.
as everything is burning, and even you can see some of
Now
the
you
metal bits
understand
that are
my
kind of
name.
sinking. Some of the bindings for the ship, the lower plate of the hull would have been copper. They appear to be burning underneath the water with a white hot flame.
Wow. Fuck this guy.
You sound like me.
Eola is just kind of, you see him sitting on the shore, eyes big, diary open, noting everything that happened.
Is his skin turning green?
No.